Well, we just had a little conversation with God. Hello, Omar. It's me, Lawrence.
Omar backwards is
Wanting
God.
to start Dude Soup.
If God really cared about us, why would he invent Halloween just so that way Jesus could get out of that tomb?
It's a test
To
of
find out.
Jesus' strength.
The original trick-or-treater was Jesus dressing up like a zombie or a ghost.
I want you to mash up 2 pop culture things into one insufferable thing.
Okay.
Doctor Who and Back to the Future.
Kill yourself.
Oh man, back
Yeah.
to the Who.
Pride
Cool.
and Prejudice and Doctor Who to the future.
Welcome to a candy-filled bowl of Dude Soup.
Hello.
I am your host and spooky host, Lawrence.
Nice.
When this
Yeah.
airs, it's gonna be 2 days after
Yeah.
Halloween.
Boom!
Way after
Middle of
Halloween.
November, it's like,
No, it's for all the first members
why
of
are
the
they
month.
making Thanksgiving jokes?
What?
James is here.
Hi, James here.
And Elise, nice to meet
Oh,
you.
sorry, I'm gonna do a scary name.
Adam's
Spooky James.
practicing his ventriloquism.
You don't have to keep that
Elise-
with you at all times.
I have
You're not
one
gonna-
day to drink 1 gallon of water. When else should I drink it, James?
The other 23 hours.
I forget about it. 'cause
And
it's
Bruce
out of
is here
sight.
too.
My name's Brookie.
Hey,
So
Brookie.
like
Nice.
spooky, but
That's
Bruce.
good.
Spooky Bruce, Brookie.
That's real good.
Can I be brookie too?
You can all be Brookie.
All right.
Wait, apparently there is no sound on the stream.
Cool.
We did it.
Good.
How so?
Man.
Scary, huh? How things
Do you know why?
You guys need to please check this
I
stuff.
I don't know.
All right.
Okay.
Who says there's no sound on the stream?
Bones.
Yeah, he watches it.
No, I know. I believe
He's got
you.
tiny, he's got
It cut to
tiny
bones
ears,
with the
though.
cord just running out of his headphones and just hanging down.
It's broken.
Wondering, is
I
there
don't
any
know.
way you can verify
Do you
in
want
there?
to check the stream, Lawrence, and
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
give us on a watch?
it's a good idea.
One day we'll figure this out.
No, we won't.
Look how small my feet are.
Whoa! Look at Princess Tiny Feet over
They're
here.
like a baby's feet.
Adam wears, in your defense, Adam's feet only go to about here.
This is nothing.
He's just filled with nothing. Look,
Tissue
you could put a knife right through that.
Boy, I hope Adam saved his password. He did. Good job, Adam.
Uh-oh.
Autofill is better than logging into
Like
LastPass.
baby's foot.
Yeah, or your princess moccasins.
I have to
Come
buy
on,
like
you.
specialty socks
We all
Why?
do.
for tiny-footed
Your
women.
tiny little
Why don't you
feet?
just shop in the kids section like
'Cause
most tiny adults?
Is it because of the foot binding you had?
It was
Looks
actually
like
my Japanese foot binding.
It's
It was-
Chinese.
James once said he's like anytime there's any Asian culture reference, Bruce makes joke about foot binding.
No, always.
He's like not just Chinese.
Well, no, I also make the genital mutilation joke.
Oh yeah,
That's true.
FGM.
Yeah, I like that one.
He likes spreading it around. That's what I like about Bruce.
Yeah.
So no audio.
Yeah, no audio.
Okay.
Well, that's cool. We can just sit here, chill out for a little bit.
All right.
Don't talk about anything funny. You got to save that.
I wouldn't know how.
We can do hand motions to let them know that we know.
So that means it's OBS, right?
Probably.
Okay.
Who knows, though? Top men are on the case.
Top men.
Yeah.
Are
Where's
they?
that from? I can't remember.
Omar, are you on the
What
case?
movie?
Frasier.
Yeah.
Trying to be.
Frasier Return to the Ark.
Oh, that's a good one. Return of the Ark.
Did you see Kelsey Grammer's costume?
Did you
Oh,
see it?
what was it?
Oh, it's so good.
Oh, so amazing.
So good,
Really,
man.
what
Wait
was
till you
it?
I
see it.
laughed.
Wait till you see it.
I
Perfect.
laughed.
Are you
Perfect
guys-
Kelsey Grammer
Are you guys
costume.
goofing?
No.
No.
Look it up. Type in Kelsey
King
Grammer
of Halloween,
Halloween
they call
costume
him.
2016.
I think they're goofing.
King of Halloween.
Okay, Google.
Oh,
Sorry, Benson. You live here now.
Okay, Google.
It's not going to work on anybody else's phone but your own.
Brendan Fraser outfit.
Wrong one.
Actually, I can't do that while the device
Okay,
is locked.
Google.
To keep going, go ahead and unlock your
Okay,
Keep
Google.
going, baby.
Let's see.
Okay, Google.
Kelsey Grammer Halloween costume 2016.
No, we don't want his other past years.
Look at that.
Look.
Didn't work.
He's
Almost
size-
got- He was
Sideshow
Sideshow
Bob.
Bob.
Slideshow Bob.
Get it? He was Sideshow Bob because of Simpson.
why is he yellow? Does he have
Because
jaundice?
he's Simpson.
Oh,
That's the color of the
Oh,
Simpson.
I see. So it's racist.
That is weird that he's yellow.
Yeah.
But he's like not yellow though.
What kind of color is
He
he?
just looks sick. You know?
Yeah.
I wonder what his girl/wife is dressed up as.
I wonder if they put some diffusion paper over all these lights, it would feel less harsh.
Yeah, maybe.
You're harsh.
Ideally, the way you like fix everything is you solve it one step at a time. One thing, make sure it works. One thing, make sure it works.
But this is more like
But then we do one thing and everything else
There
breaks.
it is.
All
Hey.
right. God damn it.
What was the problem?
Something with the routing.
Ah,
routing.
the routing.
Routing.
Well, it got rerouted. And here we are.
You want to do another intro?
Yeah.
Sure.
Hey,
Welcome to post-Halloween. Who would even make that reference, Bowl of Dude Soup?
silly, right?
I am a thoroughly not scary version of myself, Lawrence. And who am I joined by today?
I am James, an actual serial killer Willems.
I'm Elise. I am a Christ-like
past
figure
that.
in my glowing gray, soft gray.
You're like
shirt.
Mercy.
Yes, this is Adam.
It's Adam Spookjakovic.
And I'm Thanks Brucing
Nice, because of Halloween.
because of Thanksgiving.
Oh,
No,
They
Thanks
both have
Brucing.
pumpkins, so just deal with that.
Oh shit, they do. You're right. It's just,
'tis the season.
they just
Pumpkins.
invented holidays to get rid of all the pumpkins.
Yeah, like, what do we do with these things? You can't do anything with them.
It's all a conspiracy by
All
Big Pumpkin.
holidays began as just times when the harvest was ready.
Yeah.
Or the harvest was not going to be ready in time. So that's just like basically
Yeah.
the two reasons all holidays exist.
We can spend about a day and a half not in a constant starving state. So it's a reason to celebrate. Another reason to celebrate is this podcast is sponsored by Battlefield 1. EA and Battlefield 1 are sponsoring this podcast, and Crunchyroll. You can try out Crunchyroll Premium for 30 days, which is 1 month for free by going to crunchyroll.com/dudesoup. I'm excited for that ad read, but we'll get to that later. First of all, Halloween. So, as we all know, historically, a holiday when people get together and celebrate, not wasting away in total emaciation for about the span of 24 hours. Historically, the pilgrims would eat a bunch of half decomposing acorns. The sweet taste then got turned into candy. Now we eat candy because we're civilized. But yeah, traditionally was a lot of people shoveling dirt and like decomposing acorns into their mouth.
Wow.
Hence them looking like zombies. You know, it's all tradition. It's all
I'll
very
believe anything you
factual. Yes, it's true. It's all very true. But now we just get fucking wasted and I forgot to start the background thing. Get wasted and dress up like slutty versions of whatever. I didn't do that. I just played Resident Evil 6 with my girlfriend all night.
Do you think that sounds awesome?
Yeah,
I
it
was
was.
going to say for everyone
pretty
except
fun.
for you, do you think this is the worst Halloween ever?
I think so. I've been
it's
getting
On
that
a
vibe.
Monday. It's
Yeah.
on a Monday.
It's on Monday.
yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah, I feel like
And-
nobody's had a good Halloween
I
this
feel
year.
like it's over. Like it
is
I
over.
feel like it happened.
It's over. Halloween's done.
you know?
I think Halloween in general is over. I think we're all over it. We don't need it
I think,
anymore.
I think we're old, Adam.
Well,
I think lots of people had fun. when we
I do
didn't.
think you guys are old.
it's sort of like how Christmas has lost all meaning because Amazon exists.
Oh, okay.
So you're like,
Everybody just buys
know.
everything
Yeah,
for
yeah.
themselves.
Or you're
Yeah,
like-
you get so many gifts.
yeah,
during
you
the
get
year.
you get any day of the week whenever you want.
Yep.
And I mean, I've never known the cold living in
I
California,
don't think
so
that that's a thing at all. I think I've talked to a lot
Absolutely.
of people that think both of those holidays still exist.
No.
Let me
Dead.
throw out a question here.
Okay.
When's the last time you bought anything on Black Friday or Cyber Monday that wasn't for yourself?
For me,
Yeah.
last Black Friday,
You actually bought a real gift for
I did,
somebody?
yeah. I mean, like I almost do every year because my dad likes technology.
Oh, okay.
But that's just me.
I avoid that holiday like the plague, though. Or,
Oh,
sorry,
yeah.
that holiday.
Yeah.
I don't shop on that day. It's scary.
You shouldn't.
I don't go outside.
Well, I mean,
I
if
don't-
you're doing it online, who cares?
I don't think I've
Oh,
ever
online's
bought
fine,
anything
yeah.
on Black Friday because in Canada, Black Friday is a pretty recent thing
Hmm.
because Canadian Thanksgiving is in October. And yeah, I don't think I've ever bought anything on Black Friday.
I try to avoid the stores if I can because
Oh, yeah.
it sucks.
I always worked retail, so I hated Black Friday
boy.
ever since I was able to get part of the paycheck off of it.
Super hot tip though on Black Friday: don't go in the morning anywhere, but if you go in the afternoon, stores will be empty. And I've done that the last 5 or 6 years, where I'll just randomly go, you know what, fuck it, I'll shop. Who cares? It's Black Friday, and there's nobody left.
But all the
But all
fire
the
sales
deals
are
are
done.
gone.
Yeah.
That's not necessarily true. So yes, there is a lot of
Like, look at all this twine I got.
there's a lot of inventory going, but there isn't like the deals are still on. They're still on for the whole day. Also, if you shop the day before Thanksgiving on a Wednesday, like in the evening or whatever, if you get off work, all the sales are happening then. And usually they're happening till like midnight. So that's
Then
another-
everyone goes then. No. No.
It's just crawling
No,
backwards. Yeah.
I don't want any of it.
I feel like it's sort of like there's two issues you have to deal with it. All the things that you want are being just hounded by everyone else. So they're like, there's a new TCL TV and it's $500. So everyone's gonna be, I don't want that brand TV and it's
Right.
probably a 32 inch, but because it's on sale, I'm like, maybe I should buy it. So, but it's already gone. Like people have been stampeded to death.
Yeah.
And then you're kind of left with a bunch of other stuff. You're like, well, I guess I need 52 candles. They're only $10. So then you end up just kind of buying shit you don't need.
Because of the Amazons and stuff, we're already in a situation where if you just pay attention, you can generally get a Black Friday deal,
Anything.
25
Yeah.
other times during the course of the
Absolutely.
year if you're
Lightning
paying attention.
deals.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So it's really
Watch
not.
out.
It doesn't feel special.
I remember being in a like big box store or something during Boxing Week, which like Canada has Boxing Day, so then there are lots of sales that
Yeah.
last
So
What does that
for the
mean
week
again?
after.
What's Boxing Day?
I think
They
it
sell
was like
gloves,
in England.
heavy
Love
gloves.
Rocky.
In England, when
Yeah,
like
no.
servants would get their gifts
Okay.
from like milord ladies,
Yeah.
so they give the. I think that's what it is,
That
but I'm
is-
not sure.
yeah,
But
you're
it,
right.
it is still a big like holiday tradition in Canada to have Boxing Day and those corresponding sales. And there was one store I was in that I guess every hour on the hour a new item in the store would go on sale. So they would just have swarms of people at like they'd be like at 2 p.m. this thing is going on sale, and there would just be like a mad rush.
The bell tolls.
Sounds like the
I
Hunger
just,
Games.
like a massive humanity. It's like kill yourselves. I don't want to be part
Can
of
we
this.
go back to Halloween?
Yeah,
now?
speaking of killing yourself,
Sorry.
like I said, I just sat at home and played a video game, which was fucking great.
Yeah.
Did anyone else have Halloween-related exploits?
So every single year, I don't give any thought to.
Wait,
You
what's-
okay?
Who's yawning?
Yeah,
Little
she
lockjaw
looks like she was
going
doing a
on.
little thing.
Yeah.
Every single year, I don't give any thought to my Halloween costume or what I'm going to do on Halloween. But the past 2 years, I've gone to Halloween costume parties at the last minute, not realizing that I was going to.
Where were you last year?
No. He was
With
Cobra
you.
Kai.
Oh, that's right. I was your leftover cowboy outfit.
You were my leftover cowboy outfit, and I was Cobra Kai.
And then this year you went as office property, right?
Yeah, I went as Diva.
That's cool.
Oh, okay.
Well, technically that's still his because he hasn't expensed it
That's
yet.
true. It's
Oh yeah,
still
if you
mine.
haven't expensed
Oh.
this, that's definitely his.
That's
Wow.
fine.
Yeah, get some more use out of it. Go to
But
like a
I wore
school.
shorts. I put on just like regular shorts because I didn't feel like showing everyone there my penis.
That was probably a good
This
idea.
time.
That was probably a good idea.
But I want to
Let's
get
play
to the
live
point.
exclusive.
I want to get to the point where we can
Show our
throw
penis?
some sort of well, yeah, maybe, but we can throw some sort of Heidi Klum level Halloween event. So that way we can get really excited about it. We can expense our costumes and we can have a great time all together.
So do you want it to be work related? Maybe we have it here.
Yeah, we should do like a Halloween party for charity every year.
Is this some sort of like... What
Fun
what
haunted
sort of vibe
house.
are we talking about? Is this like low lights?
Are you not
chill
familiar with the
music?
Heidi Klum party?
Yeah,
That's
no
what I
clue
just
that is.
referenced.
No, that's
I'm
I know.
asking what that is because I
Oh.
don't know what you're talking about.
Heidi Klum every single year throws the biggest Halloween party in Los Angeles.
Oh.
It's huge, and she always spends
Seal doesn't go anymore.
$10,000, not invited, $10,000 on like massive, insane, elaborate costumes. She's like every single year. There's like this is what a Heidi Klum dressed as because she loves Halloween because she's from Sweden where they don't have it.
So, okay, so we have to compete with Heidi Klum?
That's true.
I don't know either.
I'll
Oh, it's
believe
true.
anything.
Why not?
Well, no,
It's
he's
true.
right. They never had acorns in Sweden, so...
Yeah, they couldn't
Right.
smash them up
Yeah.
and then make acorn pie.
Exactly. There's no kickoff.
Can I tell you my sad Halloween story?
I would love for
You
you to.
might care, Lawrence. So I go to this party
I might.
and I'm wearing my Himoto Amaru-chan costume.
Yes.
Oh yes, of
This
course.
is my cape and
finest.
my like little red shorts. Not a single person knew.
I was going to say, if you have to explain your costume, it's typically not a very good.
But I thought it would be like super nerds, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, one of these nerds is gonna know.
No,
what
they're
this
not
is.
that kind of
and they
nerds.
didn't know either.
Nobody knew.
There
We're all
was
fake
there
nerds.
was a whole group there that were dressed in costumes that were not things. They're like, oh, where
Oh,
are
yeah.
these people
Yeah.
from this thing?
Yes.
The thing existed, but those people did not, and they were just doing it as a big social experiment to see if everyone went, oh, cool, okay, even though
Yeah,
it doesn't
they-
exist.
they said
More
they
people
were-
recognize them than her,
Oh, jeez.
They said they were characters from the movie Atlantis 2. But
which is a movie, I guess.
It's
but they're-
not.
No, I think it is.
They're like Disney's Atlantis 1.
Yeah, there is an Atlantis too.
Wow.
Yeah, like direct to
Yeah, there is
DVD or
made for
something.
TV.
Let me look it up.
But or
I-
direct to
look, I don't
video.
know.
But there were no
They weren't
characters
actually, though.
from what they are. So
But it was fantastic.
Atlantis,
because
Milo's
one of-
Return
One of them
from
one of them was
2003.
dressed as this non-character from Atlantis 2, but she was all like grungy and kind of like punkish, and I was like, you should tell people that you're one of the people from the Quagmire in the San Junipero episode of Black Mirror.
Oh, yeah.
And she did. Some like indie dev went up to her and she was like, "This is my costume." He was like, "Oh my god, that is an amazing costume!"
Great.
And
Love
right
it.
away,
and she looked at us like,
and then I was just holding out my little cape,
I
like
know.
hoping somebody
Are
would
you
know.
lost, homeless
Who are
person?
you? I'm a Titanfall.
there are a lot of people. You nailed it, by the way.
I know. I knew I
there
got
are a
it.
lot of people who recognized me but didn't want to come up to me because I was in a skin tight
Yeah,
bodysuit.
you look like a sex offender.
That's bullshit, man.
Well,
One
the
of the
best-
house parties I went to, I spent the whole night talking to a dude in a skin tight Tron outfit for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that the house had a mirror, huh?
So the best part of that party was Elise accidentally tagged me as being in a photo.
Yeah, that was
So
pretty funny.
they took a photo with their friend AJ, He's the voice actor guy from the Back
He's
to
a
the
voice
Future.
actor.
Please,
Michael J.
guys,
Fox.
he's done so much stuff.
He's also-
He's
it's always-
such an accomplished
So he's this voice
for
actor who's done one thing.
No.
He wasn't the voice of
He's
Michael
done
J.
so
Fox.
much.
He is a Crude, okay? He is in the Netflix Crude series. He's a Crude.
Netflix has a Crude series?
Yeah,
And
animated
80s,
series.
isn't it? 80s
he dress up
fantastic.
as
Sorry,
fake
I'm just going to
Crude?
mention things that people have seen.
So I was so mortified when that happened. Because I guess I was at the A's and I clicked on AJ instead of Adam.
Yeah. Well,
It
first,
was,
Or
a wish,
Adam
it was a
instead of
wishful
AJ.
click.
so first I thought it was funny because I went to that party last year and then I didn't go this year. I'm like, oh, that's just her being
because
funny.
you're not there.
But then so what I saw was I'm like, oh, she just tagged me wrong. That's kind of funny. Okay, whatever. And so people were replying, but then I saw that you deleted it.
I did.
And I'm like, oh, now they're shamed.
Because no, I didn't want you to get
Don't
annoyed
say
by
they.
getting notifications. When I realized that, I was like,
Twitter's so broken right now. I barely get notifications.
Well, then you get a
as it
bunch of
is.
ghost tweets. Yeah, what? That's some bullshit.
It's weird.
I'll get a
There's
notification
much-
that somebody's tweeted at me. Then I'll go into the app and it's not there, and I have to search that person and then look at their
So
timeline to
there's
see it.
there's so much awesome twits and crits art that I never see.
Yeah.
The only reason I see it is because Dan retweets it. Dan retweets it, and then I see it on my Twitter feed.
Yeah.
Dan's not tagged in it.
I know.
Dan it's just tagging Funhaus team or me or us or whatever. Dan's not tagged. I want to know how Dan gets a beat on all this twits and crit art, and then I see it through him.
It's either the Twitter app is busted, which is how I mostly check Twitter. I barely check the website, which I think works better. I don't know, maybe TweetDeck or something.
TweetDeck does show you everything.
Either way, so that's not a concern. So the next day I put out a photo or like, whoa, had a crazy night at the party, and I only tagged James and Elise in it.
I saw that.
But it was like a Getty Images.
Saw that picture.
Oh, that's what that was.
Yeah.
I thought that was funny regardless.
That was my tongue in cheek.
I didn't even know the backstory.
Hey, I know you deleted that.
and then I
tweet.
said, "Let me live."
Yeah.
See, I didn't see that.
I didn't. Thanks
you
for.
did?
Oh, I
No.
saw her reply.
Oh, I responded.
Wait.
Twitter's busted.
I forgot. I have Halloween plans tonight.
What?
Yeah, yeah.
All right,
do?
see you
What
are you
there.
doing?
Sorta. I'm making a
On the
lot of
actual
soup.
Halloween?
Not acorn soup. I know what you're thinking.
Wait,
No.
You're making a soup?
Yeah,
soup?
2 soups
That doesn't count as Halloween plans.
and
man.
bread.
That's like retirement.
Hold
making
on.
a soup.
Let's hear
and
it.
I'm giving candy out to kids.
Oh, candy out to kids is cool.
What
Yeah.
kids?
I'm gonna open the door with my soup in one hand and candy in the other. I'm
those
gonna take
the
a look.
Are those the
Kids
kids?
watch
That,
candy?
are those the kids that stole your bike?
We might be.
Yeah,
No, I
you're
think
feeding them
full
too.
grown
Oh,
adults.
they come dressed up as your bike?
Wearing my bike parts.
You live
beat
in
'em
an
up.
apartment complex.
Yeah, but it's a big
Yeah.
one, so
It's a big one,
Yeah,
and they
they'll
give you a
come
little
around.
door hanger to put on your door if you want to actually give candy to kids.
that's such a cool
I
thing.
put a sock on my door to let people know I'm fucking.
Nice. I'll do both.
Staying in,
kids.
I'll answer the door fucking.
staying in on
Tickets.
Halloween and giving out
Candy's
candy
on.
is the dream scenario.
I've always wanted to do
Because then
that.
you can do stuff like play video games
Make
and hang
soup.
out and watch movies and not actually have to leave. But then you get to enjoy
Halloween?
everyone else enjoying Halloween, and I get the big candy.
When I was
Oh, I
a
might.
kid, so when I was a kid, there was a guy in our street who he was the one guy who gave out the big Snickers bars and
Oh
stuff.
man,
Nobody
really?
asked
The
me.
full size?
Yeah,
Nobody asked me
and it was
about
kind
it.
of a
Wow.
quiet street. So the guy was like, "Hey, come on back. Like, what if you guys are done, keep hitting me up. I'll keep giving you stuff." But it was weird because every time he was a normal-looking guy, like normal dude in his 30s.
I don't believe you.
He lived there with his wife. But every time he answered the door, he kept having less clothes on. So
no.
when he first answered, he was like in like a Grim Reaper robe, like, "Oh, cool, here's your Snickers." Second time, he was just wearing like a t-shirt and shorts. And then by the end, he didn't have a shirt on. He
Wait.
was just wearing boxers.
Were you going back several times in one night?
Yeah, we ended up going back. We hit that house like 4
You're not
times.
supposed to do
Wow.
that. That's like-
He encouraged
He
us to
wasn't
do
fun.
so.
Was it just hot in there?
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you think back, what was he doing?
Was his air
I think he's
conditioner
banging
broken?
his wife.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Michael Pachter, Wedbush analyst Michael Pachter used to do
boy.
Pack
Podcast just
Shack.
got sexy.
He gives out full-size chocolate bars
good for him.
every Halloween.
I totally
Yeah,
would.
I'm curious.
The dude's a millionaire.
I'm
so-
curious.
He's pretty
What's
wealthy.
what soup are you gonna make, Lawrence?
Thanks for asking, James.
Oh jeez.
I said 2 kinds of soup, which you think would be just a wide open invitation to ask me about my soup.
Was it acorn?
Onward to conversation.
And no one
Acorn-
picked up on it.
Was it acorn soup?
No!
He specifically said it wasn't.
Ah!
Hold on. Is it butternut squash?
No.
Is it
Let's see,
pumpkin
what's
soup?
good for the season?
Butternut squash?
No, Bruce, no.
Blood soup. But
Maybe.
you actually make it with acorns.
Did you see
It's
that?
acorn soup.
Oh.
No, it's
Can't make soup.
split pea soup and chicken tortilla soup.
That's not Halloween.
Those aren't Halloween themed at all.
Split
That's
peas.
Day of the Dead. Make that tomorrow.
No, split pea soup because in The Exorcist, Reagan threw up. What she threw up was actually pea soup.
Oh, there you
Okay.
go. That's
So
why.
that's
Also-
totally Halloween.
It's also because I have a bag of split
Wait,
pea soup that's
and
been in
he's
my
got
cabinet
the
for a year.
pea soup.
When is Dias de Muertos or whatever?
November
Tomorrow.
1st.
It's
Dia
nailed
de
it.
los
Dia de los
Muertos.
Muertos.
You
Dias
nailed
de
it.
Muertos?
Are you from?
well, I
Are
think
you
it's-
from Spain? Because
I
you
think-
sound like it.
Yeah, I'm kind of a native Spanish speaker. I think Sombra comes out tomorrow.
Yeah, I know.
That's what we've heard.
Sombra does
Yeah.
come out tomorrow.
Because
what we heard.
We'll
since
see,
the
man.
World Cup Overwatch finals are today.
Man,
Oh,
we're,
that makes sense.
this shit keeps happening on Dude Soup. We're going to talk about something theoretic, and then it's going to happen well before. And then commenters
let's
can't
talk
wait
about.
to correct us.
No, let's just talk about it. Sombra already came out. How are you
Whoa.
guys enjoying Sombra?
Whoa,
She's awesome.
Sombra's my man.
She broke the
having a
balance of the
great time.
game.
She's so cool.
She
Bullshit.
hacks.
I love
She's got that
her.
cool Day of the Dead skin.
Yeah, her ability
Her
is where her clothes fly off.
Submachine
Yeah.
gun is cool.
Pretty
and,
cool.
I'm only in
sharp
it for the source filmmaker porn,
I think
I
it's
like
a little
it.
racist.
which is fucking
A
awesome.
little bit. Most of the characters are.
She is kind of stereotypical, I
Yeah.
would agree.
That's my favorite part of
They
Overwatch.
keep putting brown people and old people in the game. So racist and sexist.
Do you think when they started having this Blizzard World Championship, do you think that some of the devs, like they were like, and now the team from Egypt, and they're like, they don't all look like Symmetra. That's weird,
Yeah.
or Farah, or whatever.
Are they all fat and
like
unattractive?
how come the Canadian team they're not wearing grizzly pelts?
I don't want Alex from Half-Life to fuck any of these people. Gross.
What?
Bruce, you were telling a fun story.
I was?
Yeah. You went out and
Halloween?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You're
So,
describing the
went
process
out.
of taking shots through a Power Ranger
I
costume.
wanted to make sure that I bought Power Ranger costumes that were really like the cheapest because they had to be here in a day
Yeah.
through Amazon on Prime.
It's like
So-
Christmas.
So I had to, just like Christmas. I had to make sure that these costumes were so fast, but also convincing. And costumes that people don't ask about.
And disposable.
And disposable. So I ordered 2 Power Rangers costumes. One for a pretty large man who, as soon as he put it on, he turned around and he's like, "Can you zip me up?" And the zipper was gone. Like there was no zipper there. And I was like, "No, I can't zip you up." And so then I put mine on. And
So wait, did he just walk around with an open back on?
Yes.
Oh, sexy.
wow.
He wasn't shirtless though.
Oh, okay.
I was. And we went to a bar. And my experiment was if we dressed up in costumes, but there weren't other people there in costumes, like let's say I think we arrived at like 10, that it would immediately break the ice, and then everybody that was in costume that night would come to us, and like basically we'd end up, meeting new people or whatever, and that's what happened. It was great. It was a lot of fun. At one point, I left to go to use the bathroom, and I came back, and my friend was taking a shot through his Power Rangers mask. It was like the Green Man suit. And he did it like that. I don't know where the liquid went because I think it went in his mouth.
It'd be just like a filter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It'd seep through.
Well,
It's like a
eventually.
Rorschach.
that's what.
mask.
Yeah, he was like
Then it just like spreads and it's like in your nose all night.
he was like inhaling,
Ah.
and so somebody else bought him another shot because they wanted to see him do that again.
Nice.
Do it again.
And I did it.
I
Again.
think
Dance
if you pushed, because I wore that.
You
suit,
did, yeah.
If you pushed the shot glass or into your lips,
You could suck it
you
through?
did that. I think it would probably go through.
Oh yeah, you're
As long
probably
as
right.
you created a good seal on the outside.
That's how you peed through the suit, right?
That's yeah, peed
Just
right
jammed
directly
your
through
dick
the.
right up against it.
Yeah.
Stretched it real
Oh, geez.
tight on there.
And the good thing is that if you poop, what you do is during the first push, you kind of lean left, and the second push, you lean right.
so
so one
you-
goes down one leg, one goes down the other, and then that way you just smash it in, and it's like you're wearing shoes.
Have you guys ever gone to a bar on November 1st in a Halloween costume?
Day of the Dead. Dia de los
I
Muertos.
did. I did once.
David the Batista.
And
What were you dressed as?
My friend and I, we were Jewish
I
women from
remember
Long
that.
Island.
Oh, geez.
So we looked essentially like Mike Myers from the Coffee Talk SNL sketch.
Oh,
Like
I was hoping you were gonna get more racist, like just full on like trolls.
Like-
Oh boy.
big
jeez.
shoulder pads and like bedazzled
Canadian.
sweaters
Yeah.
and giant nails and like talk like this all night.
wow.
But we were the only people dressed up in the bar.
The clock
I remember
struck
when you
midnight,
did
turned
that.
Back into
Yeah.
release.
This is when Elise and I were still communicating over the interwebs at long distance, and she went out, and pretty sure I played Civilization 5, so we both had good nights.
Wow, that game's cool.
Is this before you knew that you were in love with her? At that exact moment?
No, he
It's
knew.
when the first time I questioned it.
Oh.
I think.
Okay. Well, and I was about to ask, did that speed up or slow down that process?
It was not an attractive costume.
But somehow her free and liberated spirit didn't endear you more to her?
No, I think the way it was kind of handled, it felt like, if I recall, you were somewhat pressured into doing it.
No,
that
no.
you
I think it was my idea.
Well, then I have no idea.
I was Bob Ross last year, though.
That was a good one.
was
Yeah,
not
that
a
was a-
sexy
that was a
costume
good
at all.
costume.
I
Well,
see
it
now.
depends whose
Now I
perspective
disagree.
it's
It
The Bob Ross costume was sexy, in my opinion.
was a $6 costume.
I think I
though.
just don't like when you dress as women.
I see.
That's telling.
I don't know. What are your guys' most standout Halloween memories?
What?
I don't have a whole lot of. I did that thing where like every counterculture kid does. I trick-or-treated when I was in high school. I got a good haul of candy off that.
Thinks he's counterculture.
Once again, though,
edgy.
That's
In a small town, it is.
I guess.
What? It
Wait,
is?
so was it not cool to do that in high school?
Yeah.
Because when I was in high school, they were like, who wants to go trick-or-treating?
Yeah.
And everyone went out
Yeah.
trick-or-treating because it was awesome.
High school is fine.
Yeah.
Once you hit
You
college,
guys understand that there are different places in the world, and it's different in
I
different
remember he
places.
lived in North Carolina. I lived here.
Yeah.
And like we were all
at
different
least
places.
from Canada.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
you were in high school and they were like, who wants to have a baby?
I think-
and they were
I
like,
mean-
okay.
Yeah.
couple
This
people.
may
Who
sound
wants to
harsh,
make a mistake?
but it may be that I still feel like there's a lot of situations that Lawrence took as, well, I guess this is just how high school is, but it actually was just how Lawrence was.
No.
So I think it was a situation where Lawrence was like, anyone want to go trick-or-treating? And they're like, not with that Debbie Downer. Like, no way. No, that's not cool. No one wants to do that. And then they just went in a different
I
neighborhood.
think he was
and
from a
had
small
great time.
town.
That's maybe.
Where nothing, happened.
Just realized I got to walk around with a bat, and nobody like had a problem with it.
What were you
It was
dressed
Halloween.
as?
I'm my own superhero. One that wears
That's
a
why
bat.
no one wanted to go trick-or-treating with
Yeah.
you.
Well, what else are you gonna fucking do? It's like-
Original costumes on Halloween.
Wait.
nothing.
So you created a superhero
Yeah.
character.
What was his
Yeah.
name?
I don't know. I just made an L and like put it on my chest.
Oh, okay, all right.
It's like Superman.
You already
That's not going to protect your family when the villains find out. If
That's
you're called
true.
Super Lawrence Sontag or
Shit.
something like that, and then your address.
Yeah. Well, I get lost, so I had to tack it to my chest as usual.
Do you
Yeah.
remember what your powers were?
I have a
The
bat.
baseball bat.
I got a lot of candy though. That was a good night.
Yeah. There's a woman in my neighborhood who every single year she would sit out dressed like a witch and she would make hot cider and she would scoop it out for the kids.
That sounds really nice.
And
One
young
of-
adults like
one
me.
of my fantasies is to own a house somewhere in a not a smaller town, but a place where people trick or treat,
Mm-hmm.
and do the joke where you sit in the chair,
Oh.
like, and you don't move, and then you wait for the children to come up and take the candy out of your lap, and then you grab them.
So
That's what I've always
this
wanted to
this
do.
goes back to my whole.
What do you do after that? You just hold
Issue.
them as long as you
You
can.
go, ah! You shout, scream at them, and then they run away screaming.
See, I'm realizing Halloween isn't special because you can do literally all this stuff any time of the year.
That's true.
Like if you
Sit
want,
around with a
there's
bowl
no-
of candy.
Yeah.
You won't be able to draw them in though.
Yeah, but
Yes,
they're
you
not-
can.
There are no
No.
kids coming.
free candy.
Yeah, that's the only night it's acceptable to do it to kids.
Yes, correct. Any other?
Acceptable.
I don't know about that.
Any
I think
For
I
kids.
think when we have our fun haunted house Halloween party for charity, charity undisclosed.
We're gonna call it Labyrinth of Jameith. by the way.
Yeah, that's good.
Just so you
that's
know.
real good.
Yeah.
I want to do an event. Part of the event will be called trigger treating,
Oh, that's good.
where we
Tumblr
basically
thing.
have to dress up as things that we think will like severely affect the mental state of the people that are there.
Like dead celebrities.
and if we can
stuff.
like get them to really freak out, we'll like give them a piece. Congratulations, you won a piece of candy.
Oh, okay,
Or,
because
like,
they're
you know,
triggered.
I dressed as your abusive stepfather.
I've always wanted to do where it's like you have the free bowl of candy, it's just sitting out there, but there's like a Burmese tiger trap or something beneath where like they fall, but it's padded.
Oh, cool.
And then there's just tiger sounds.
Oh,
But-
that's
that's
cool.
a great
Yeah.
idea.
I want
I don't
to
know
put
how
my
they
penis
get
up
out.
through it.
Yeah, there's also once the one person falls in, you're kind
That's
of
it.
done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell everyone to not look, and then
You gotta reset
scramble to
the
reset the
trap.
trap.
I'll yell at people like, don't forget that.
Yeah, you walk right there.
Yeah.
Right there.
Like the sitting in the chair
work.
thing, there was a dude in my neighborhood that would bury himself under leaves on his lawn.
Oh, it's so
Pop out.
cool. That's the coolest.
Yeah, just
He's
scare
still
the
there.
shit out
Yeah,
of
he
you.
did that in July.
Suffocated.
That's not cool.
Well,
He
if
had a
you,
lot of problems.
if you like sitting in one spot waiting for your prey to wander into your sights, you might be interested in Battlefield 1 that is sponsoring this podcast. Let me just cover up that real quick. Throw that on there. There we go. Now everybody's happy. So Battlefield 1 is sponsoring this podcast. We're part of a kind of a large-scale integration with that. We're challenging Achievement Hunter and the rest of the Let's Play family.
Well, the video's already up. They know what happened.
Uh,
They know what happened.
Well, it happened.
seen it.
The video's up, so they're also sponsoring this podcast. So Battlefield 1's pretty fucking sweet. We've been playing it a lot. I've been playing it a lot.
Yeah.
It's man, it's got that Battlefield feel again. It's kind of been straying away from that, from 4 and then like Hardline, and this just feels like classic Battlefield all over. So yeah, if you've been jonesing for that feel, that great Battlefield feeling of just getting killed by a tank over and over and over again, please check out Battlefield 1. It's available now. It's on PC, Xbox One, and PS4 for purchase and download. And we got a link in the description, battlefield.com, so you can check it out there. So thank you, EA and Battlefield, for sponsoring this podcast. And also letting me fly planes and bomb people. It's also got a campaign that's pretty cool.
It's the first game that Elise has like,
Yeah.
where like after hours, we'll usually be like, hey, you guys want to play a game? Play a game. It's the first time Elise said, hey, who wants to play Battlefield? I was like, that's cool.
Well, it's just, I guess, probably first-person shooter, though. She's asked to play games
Well,
before.
you guys play Overwatch a lot. And that's
Yeah.
usually your like go-to,
That's our go-to,
after
right?
work game, which I think Overwatch is cool, but I don't like this. I like really want to play. I think about it. I'm
Battlefield's
not
fun.
great at it, but
it's
I have
fun.
a good time playing it.
Yeah, it's really fun.
And it sort of feels like you can be essential to the team without just making like kills. And I like that. I like feeling valuable in some way.
Lawrence and I recorded a video while you guys were out. I just watched the edit. It should be up. I don't know when. But we basically called ourselves Team Helpful. And we went as long as we could without getting any kills. We didn't fire a single bullet.
Yeah.
And Lawrence, all he did was repair, and all I did was revive and heal.
Such a great idea.
And our team won, which is like the best thing in the world.
Yeah, and we were on the board too. We weren't near the bottom.
Wow.
It's like I like games where you can contribute and you don't have to be the top tier player. Like you don't have to be like Mr. Assassin cool guy.
Yeah.
Which everyone tries to be
Yeah,
on
of
there.
course.
But then it's like if you have a good squad, you tend to do a lot better than just one guy who's a sniper who can just kill everybody. Like usually it doesn't really matter. It's how long you can stay in the fight. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, game's been amazing so far.
That sounds like a fun video.
Yeah, there's
Sorry,
What's
you
the
couldn't do
class you guys would play if you need to be or want to learn how to play the Battlefield?
Medic.
Medic.
Yeah, because you can heal yourself. You're gonna get shot a lot,
Yeah.
Yep.
so you can
can
drop
heal
a little
others.
And well, that too. Yeah, definitely can heal others. But you got it's like almost you have to worry about yourself.
Yeah, I always recommend you go into like a team deathmatch server and like because then you can grind out and like get certain weapons and learn the classes without having to worry about a tank or a blimp blowing you up. That's sort of like I don't know. That gets a little daunting when there's all that stuff happening to you at once and you're just used to running around corners and shooting people. So Battlefield's it's a different beast. It's how people are always like, don't compare League of Legends to Dota. It's like, yeah, it's kind of the same thing, Battlefield and Call of Duty or
Well, they're two completely different.
Yeah.
games.
absolutely
no kidding.
different. Yeah.
Well, speaking of different beasts,
Yeah.
man, Titanfall 2 is really good.
Yes, it is.
I wanted to get some padding away. Even though this podcast is sponsored by Battlefield 1, that doesn't mean we just have to praise it all podcasts, which we gladly would. But man, right now, Titanfall is just fucking awesome.
Spent all weekend with it.
Yeah,
love
I'm near the end of the campaign, as you said, and people need to know how good that campaign is. It's holy hell, it's awesome.
I would say so. Doom came out this year, right?
Yeah,
So Doom was my favorite campaign, and then Titanfall came out, and that's like definitely the best campaign of the year.
oh, you
if
think
not-
so? I still think Doom is just a little bit better because it's longer.
So that's sort of thing is I applaud Titanfall for being shorter because
How long is the campaign?
you can beat it in like 5-6 hours.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
That's like in our lives right now. We're like I don't really have. I mean, I beat Doom in a weekend. I also beat Titanfall. I beat it in like a day and a half, like just kind of taking my time. It's so damn good, and it's sad because I feel like a lot of people aren't playing it right now, or they don't even know it came out. But it's the best game no one's playing right now. So, which is it's sad.
It is sad. It seems like everybody's comfortable with ignoring it. And that's such a weird thing. I was trying to figure this out over the weekend. It seems like once people's minds are made up about something, there's really no going back. And Titanfall seemed like a really experimental launch, multiplayer only, no campaign. Kind of pared down content in terms of guns and maps and modes and all that stuff. And it was still really solid. I think it was worth the money even back then, but people seem to just have associated it with not really being all that interesting or important or like content worthy. I don't know. It's a bummer.
This was the game that, because I remember when Titanfall 1 came out, we were like, well, it's kind of not incomplete, but it's only multiplayer, so it feels really pared down. And like, I know we enjoyed that,
Yeah.
but a lot of people complain about it. And so I was saying, well, just can't wait for Titanfall 2, because Titanfall 2 is like, they're going to have perfected multiplayer, which was almost perfect in the first one, and there'll be a single player campaign. And then nobody buys it, which blows my mind because like, we knew that these guys could make a good game. Respawn Entertainment knows how to make a good game. So I'm really surprised as to why nobody's paying attention to it. It's just interesting.
That's release timing, I guess. That's what everybody's saying. And it makes total sense. It launched after Battlefield 1 and before Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. So there's two very loud, very well-known franchises surrounding it.
I would say you could play this game and Battlefield and still have a good time. They're totally different,
Yeah.
completely separate beasts. Even with Overwatch, you can still play that, and that's another entirely different game. Titanfall is probably closest to what COD is going to be.
Yeah.
And we played the COD beta, and it's like, yeah, it's Call of Duty. You play Titanfall, and you're like, I feel like I'm playing Call of Duty 4 again for the first time, where you go, oh, wow, multiplayer can be fun. because it moves faster. The mechs make it awesome. It's just a better game.
I don't agree with the sentiment, but I think that the kind of outside the industry, just like everyman gamer sentiment, maybe that this doesn't look new.
Oh, maybe.
I don't think that, like, because what I liken it to is Street Fighter V, right? Street Fighter 4 was around for a really long time. Street Fighter V came out. If you're involved with the fighting game community and they're telling you about all the different, like, V skills and V trigger abilities and stuff like that make the game different, you get really excited. But someone who doesn't follow fighting games might just say, but it just looks like new stages and characters are still fighting. Like, it doesn't feel like a new game. This, just watching it, and I really like Titanfall. My only regret, I thought that Titanfall was fine without a single player campaign. My only regret was that they didn't utilize the fact that they had a entirely online community going, and they should have had brawls like Overwatch has. Like, I remember we did an Inside Gaming podcast, and we were talking about it, and I was playing Marvel Puzzle Quest at the time. And I was like, Marvel Puzzle Quest is constantly cycling in new events and stuff like that because they know you can only play it online, right? Yeah. So the only way to keep it fresh is you just keep cycling these things in. And I feel like something like Titanfall could really benefit from things like that. Take the game mechanic, but then change the modes and mess with it and have fun stuff that's going week in, week out. It looks like Titanfall again. Like, it still looks really good, but it still looks like Titanfall.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's hard to communicate to someone and just be like, no. Here are the nuances that make it amazing.
Yeah. From a perspective, not even looking at the quality or merit of the game, but something that I definitely lose touch working in this industry and being fortunate enough to get like free game codes to review and stuff like that is, I think a lot of people, like, they can maybe, it's the holiday release season now, everything's coming out, maybe people can buy like 2 AAA games, afford to buy that.
Yeah.
Right.
And it might just be that Titanfall 2 isn't making the cut when you have like Last Guardian coming out, Dishonored 2 coming out, like, it may just come to that too.
I'm hoping it has legs in some way because it's so damn good, and I would hate to see it go waste, like just completely wasted. It'd be nice if they did like a free weekend or something.
Yeah.
Or
I was
even
gonna
if
say
they
should do the single player for free so you can get into it and then play multiplayer for money.
I think the single player is worth paying for, honestly.
Really?
Absolutely.
Wow.
They
I mean, they put a lot of work into
They
it.
could
Yeah.
do
Yeah, no.
I forget what game it was, but did like 2 hours free.
Sure.
Oh yeah, it's almost like a demo where you do like a 2-hour demo and then
Battlefront, maybe?
I don't know. I mean, even if they just did like
Doom
one
did that.
level or something like that, or like one class or something. I know it's like we're teetering on free to play, but anything to get like
They probably will.
mass people in,
They-
they kind of have to, I think.
This increasingly is kind of the game plan going into launches like this, is they will have a publicity technique ready in case they don't hit certain sales targets. And if they don't, then they'll deploy that as quickly as possible. I think Doom had a free weekend like 2 weeks after it launched.
That's what it was.
And the way I read that into that, I was like, oh man, that must not have sold nearly what they were hoping it would.
Yeah.
Maybe it did, and they just did it anyway. But typically, if a lot of people are buying something, you don't have to give it away.
Well, I mean, I guess Adam might be right then. They might do a free weekend here pretty soon because Titanfall's it debuted at number 4, and I guess I forget if it was you, Lawrence, saying that Titanfall 2 sold half as many copies as Titanfall 1 sold in its launch week.
No, that was somebody else
launch
was
weekend?
saying that.
Somebody was. Yeah.
I saw that headline, but I didn't read the story, so I don't know exactly what the situation is there.
That's just a bummer because
super bummer.
I feel like this game is. I mean, I haven't played it yet, but I can almost guarantee it's a better game than Titanfall 1, and I really loved Titanfall 1. I played that for months.
It is better. I'm playing the multiplayer way more than I was. I don't know. There's something about it where like you play 2 or 3 matches and it just clicks.
No way.
Yep.
Like it all kind of makes sense. And I actually haven't really even explored the classes very much. The coolest thing is that I've noticed is they finally expanded on the Titans themselves. So you have like your base models, but then they have now the Ronin, which is basically like a ninja.
Yeah.
And he has like a cool like warp dash ability, and you can like basically phase walk through someone. You dash through him, you get behind him with a sword, and like it's basically you're living in an anime, which is the best thing. Like whenever we get into those fights where it's like Tracer versus Genji, I'm always like, oh cool, we're playing anime. We did it. And there's a giant monkey, and then there's a girl in a mech suit. Like, cool, we did it. We're finally playing anime. Titanfall feels a lot like that. Like it feels like you're playing Macross or Gundam or something like that. Where you're like, it's a fucking robot with a sword swinging at me.
He loves you.
Speaking of, to Elise's point, the whole like, it really does seem like you need a big explosive feature to break people's perceptions or excite them to really reintroduce And I know, James, you were talking about like weekly brawls and online events and stuff like that can keep online player bases created or engaged. One, like I was in a shower once and I had a Titanfall dream. Oh, I guess I was in my shower to be specific.
The way it was, the phrasing was
Just a
spot on.
I just find one and I'm like,
I
I'm
was
gonna
in a
try that one
shower
out.
once, you said.
Yeah.
Let's see what ideas I get in this one. But to me, I was imagining a hybrid of Titanfall and Battlefield, where you have robots. The robots can morph into planes, so you're flying around, and then
We talked about this a long time ago.
I remember. Hopefully, Titanfall 3, maybe they can make this happen.
Well,
but I'm imagining this like
If there's a Titanfall there.
yeah, I'm imagining this vertical corridor, and that's essentially the stage. So you have the ground level where all the dudes are fighting, and then you have like the plane level, which is the sky, and then you have the orbital layer, which is like these ships that will fire Titans down onto the planet.
Sure.
And then whenever a ground trooper gets in a points to call on a Titan, there's actually like a period where it's being deployed and fired through space. And then other players can try to attack it or shoot it down, shave off some health before it hits the ground. And then maybe you can prevent it from hitting or something like that. And then you can have like crazy situations where 4 players lock their Titans together and make like a
Voltron.
make an unstoppable battle
Oh, God.
battle bot.
You're getting so complicated.
Well, I know.
I think James is hitting on the right point. Like, you need to have these sort of things, like talking about Marvel Puzzle Quest. They have every week there's a new event, and like it's a 3-match color game. It's the simplest thing in the world, but it keeps you playing because like it's like, all right, our alliance is fighting Ultron. Like, what do? I matched 3 reds together, and then Punisher shot him in the head.
Sometimes you don't need to change. All you do is change what's above the base game.
Yeah.
And you can create new games out of it.
If there was something that, so like, I checked online, there was a Funhaus clan that someone already made on PC. And I joined it. I was like, oh, cool. So they do have networks.
For Titanfall?
Yeah.
Okay.
But the whole layout is kind of a mess, so it's kind of hard to find these things. But like, it would make sense if there was something that just brought you back, where there was like, maybe there's like an ultra mech Titan that is like destroying this area, and like you have to team up with your team.
Okay.
It's 8 people, and you're just trying to take this thing down. And then it's like you get a big reward at the end that all your team work together. But there's nothing like that. It's just basically deathmatch, or attrition, and then bounty, which is just, I don't know. It's not enough, sadly.
Well, in terms of like pre-release publicity, what, in your guys' estimation, could they add to Titanfall to make it seem new and fresh again? Because I remember I was talking with a dude on the internet, as one does, and his point was kind of similar with Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, that in all of the publicity and all of the art design around that game, there's nothing that makes it look any different than dudes with guns in space.
Well, except for the mechs. The mechs are entirely different than any other first-person shooter.
Well, those were in Black Ops 3, though. No, this is about Call of Duty Infinite Warfare.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
I apologize.
Titanfall 2 does have mechs, except it's almost like they played that card with Titanfall 1, because they had all the statues and that was all the publicity. It was about Titans.
Yeah.
Now in Titanfall 2, the publicity didn't seem as much spend around
I didn't see any
marketing
publicity.
the game.
That was the difference too. There was a ton of like publicity leading up to Titanfall 1. Like Abby Happy was everywhere talking about the game. They did so much, and then Titanfall 2 came without a peep. I think it's weird because like all the maps look so similar to me in Titanfall 2.
They do.
Like I know this is a stylistic choice, but I almost wonder.
They gotta do like a neon city or
Yeah,
like Tron level or something like that. Yeah,
Crazy.
I agree. I think the art design is not flatter. It's almost like they went gritty as opposed to kind of like Adam was saying, like anime.
Like Overwatch.
It's a bummer because the campaign has elements of that.
Overwatch went like Pixar, right?
yeah.
Which is good, and I think it's a good decision. But like, it's just it's too drab. It looks too much like Call of Duty. They should have just like grabbed a different style and then gone with that.
It's tough too because you're using this like modified version of the source engine.
Yeah.
And so they're probably it makes for a immersive experience because it is the whole game is seamless and it moves at a blistering pace, and like with when there's like 18 mechs all just punching each other with explosions, I'm like, I can't believe this game is not breaking right now. So
it's really cool.
It is a stable, lovely thing to play, but I imagine if you showed that to average consumer A and B, they'd go, well, how is it? What is this? This is not Call of Duty?
Yeah.
I thought it was Call of Duty. Is this Call of Duty Titanfall? And you're like, no, it's Titanfall. It's a different game. Huh? Who's Call of Duty? And then he goes, buys mad.
Consumers are totally justifiably spoiled. Like there's so many options to choose from that if you can't make yours stand out for some reason, it's I don't know. It's gonna be tough.
Well, James, speaking of choices, Crunchyroll offers more anime choices than you can shake your waifus at.
Is that on the box?
It ought to be. The big thing for me right now is there's some pretty damn good shows that are currently active, and as a lover of human trash,
You can just stop with lover.
yeah, sorry, as a generous lover, a graceful lover, I'm learning a lot of lessons this season about love and combat. To me, there's like two of the best aspects of anime, which is the gross trash dude side of it and the gross trash girl side of it. Calling them both trash seems unfair, but dude trash is just so much trashier. Anyway, so there's a show called Keijo, which is where it's just like a hyper tuned up version of this game where chicks stand on this floating platform and try to knock each other off, but they can only make contact with their boobs and their butt. So they just have to sort of shove each other off into the water. It's been in Dead or Alive extreme games for a long time. And for some reason in Dead or Alive, whenever they fall in the water, their clothes pop off. That doesn't exactly happen in this show yet. But it's crazy because it seems exploitative, and it is, but the fight scenes in it are so well animated and choreographed, it's almost like One Punch Man territory, except it's two chicks smashing their titties together. It's a sight to behold in more ways than one.
Take my money, jeez.
Just stick to the ad read, please.
And on the other side of it, the non-gross side of it, is Yuri on Ice, which is a show about an ice skater who's... It's interesting because it kind of picks up after a typical anime would end. This dude like went to the tournament, didn't do so well, and now he's trying to decide what to do with the rest of his life. But then a very clandestine Russian coach decides to coach him, and there's a whole lot of latent tension there. And then there's a very fiery other young contemporary of this young student who comes and demands to be coached by this Russian dude. So by the end of like the second episode, the Russian dude invents a challenge where they have to skate for his attention, basically. One demonstrating the physical side of love and the other demonstrating the sensual side of love through ice dancing. It's a marvelous show. It's so very gay. But essentially you have a show where girls are shotgun tittying each other and another where dudes are letting their inner artistry fly on the ice.
It is the golden age of entertainment.
I need you to stick to that ad read.
That is the ad read, my friend. But it's got other more legitimate shows like ReZero, Mob Psycho 100. Those are both amazing. Thunderbolt Fantasy is a whole beast unto itself, and classics like Cowboy Bebop. So I specifically, would encourage you to get a Crunchyroll Premium 30-day free trial by going to crunchyroll.com/dudesoup. That's unlimited anime, all professionally subtitled. Once more, that's crunchyroll.com/dudesoup. And maybe don't tell them I sent you.
Yeah.
My word's not good there
And
anymore.
share it with your friends so they know what your Halloween costume is. You check that
Yeah,
anime
maybe catch
out
up on
too.
tomorrow-chan.
Don't be an Elise.
Don't be
Aw.
Annalise. That's just good life advice.
Well, speaking of anime, I've got some advice for you guys because I know you've been struggling with this lately. I found
Lisa's looking at your notes.
I found a nice guide on landoverbaptist.net. 9-step guide on how to stop masturbating.
I read this. It's
Okay.
awesome. It's really
I agree. It's all a lot of useful advice.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna paraphrase some of it, but I'll go line by line, and you guys can either agree or disagree
Yep.
with how valid and helpful it is. And maybe, hey, our audience can write down some notes too. So step 1, never touch the intimate parts of your body, including during the normal toilet process.
Wait, well, what about showering and stuff?
Or how do you wipe your
Yeah,
ass?
you wipe yourself.
What if you're uncircumcised? You need to pull your skin back.
Okay, you guys have a lot of questions. That's normal. But again, just make sure to stick to that. Never ever
Okay.
touch.
Okay, good start.
All right.
So
Rule number 1 is it near impossible?
I guess what you would do is hands on the wall, feet spread.
Yeah.
This is guys here because I'm sticking with
What
what
if
I
the
know.
wall is intimate
Oh.
with you?
Well,
If you
then
get off on walls.
on-
The glory
on the window
hole in
over
that
there.
Okay, all right.
You pee, all right? You shake as much as you can.
Yep.
And then you get a long strip of toilet paper.
Yeah.
You just brush that against. So you're
Oh,
not making
okay.
any hand-to-hand
I
contact.
get it. I get it.
Okay.
Little
Yeah.
brush.
Okay. Yep.
And
And then
then
you're
that goes into the
wasting
toilet, you
toilet paper.
flush,
Uh-huh.
and then you're clear.
You're
So
clear,
you haven't
yeah.
masturbated, and
Okay.
the Lord is still pleased with you.
Okay.
All right.
Number 2, avoid being alone as much as possible. Find good company and stay in this good company.
So they can jerk you off.
Yeah.
Well, that's
If you get them to that point,
It's called a
then
JO, buddy.
well, then that
Yeah.
way you're not masturbating. They're jerking you off.
absolutely.
Exactly.
Yeah.
God
Well,
loves
what if
help.
they're not down for that, but they're really hot, so it just makes you want to?
So yeah, that's the
find a
problem.
set- another
good-
buddy.
That's a good question.
We're not making this easy. We need to make it.
It's okay. No, I got it. So that's
Yeah.
1 and 2 done.
Okay,
Right?
what's the third one?
say masturbation?
So
He gets
I
red
just
rocket.
licked my own dick.
Yeah. Must be nice.
yeah, he doesn't have to worry about God's judgment. Number 3 says, if you are associated with other friends having the same problem, you must not break off their friendship. By associating with other people having the same weaknesses, the two of you can become stronger as a team. Don't suppose that the two of you will quit
off.
Each
separately.
other off,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Again.
Just to be in their presence will keep your problem foremost in your mind. The problem must be taken seriously for it to be wiped out.
So hold each other accountable.
So I guess it's just find somebody else and you're just like, I will never masturbate. Will you?
It's a
You're like,
contest.
no, I won't.
You can have
mean,
a contest and
that's-
put some money down on it.
That's kind of like how AA works.
Yeah.
You go to meetings, you talk to other people.
No amount of money can equal the value of your soul. Money is irrelevant when dealing with heavenly stakes.
I mean, I guess that's true, but
Yeah, he got you there.
yeah, okay. All right. I will stop masturbating.
Well, not yet.
do.
There's
Yeah.
certain more rules.
I'm so
No,
sorry. Yeah.
we all have already stopped. These steps are going to help us make it through the rest of our lives.
Okay.
Number 4, when you do bathe, do not admire yourself in a mirror. James, you're going to have a problem with this.
What are you talking about? Why not?
Do not flex your muscles. Do not imagine yourself as attractive or sexy. Never stay in the bath for more than 5 or 6 minutes, just long enough to bathe and dry and dress, and then get out of the bathroom into caps because into a room where you'll have some member of your family present.
What?
I like that.
Don't give it a little bit of this, none of that. Don't feel. No, just shame. That's all this is.
I do like
That's everything.
I do like the perception that you masturbate because you want to fuck yourself.
Yeah. Well, you see,
Like, God, I'm so fucking hot. I just want to fuck myself. All I have is a hand.
see like greased up skin. You just imagine it's on a lady instead. Number 5, when in bed, if that is where you have your problem for the most part, dress yourself for the night so tightly and securely that you cannot access your tallywhacker.
2 pairs of
That's good.
jeans.
I always take advice from someone who is talking about something sexual, but referring to it with childlike baby terms.
Yeah.
A tallywhacker?
Yeah.
Wieners.
Remember when you went to the doctor and the doctor was like, "You have a rash on your tallywhacker."
Now he said your dick fucked up.
You had to look it up in a dictionary
Lawrence,
first.
what if you bind yourself but you're into bondage?
Oh.
Oh, good point.
Oh no.
It's amazing how this is all just creating kinks
Yeah,
for
yeah.
your future self.
I mean,
these
it easier.
fetishes.
Yeah.
Even if you're into bondage, you're still not jacking off. Then the Bible never said, "Thou shalt not enjoy being ball gagged."
That's a
That's
good point.
true.
Right.
That's a
Sure.
good point.
Just take the toilet paper and just flick it on me. That's all, babe. Like, yeah, I don't need you to. Don't rub it.
Make sure it has a little urine on it first. So here we go. Number 6. If the temptation seems overpowering while you are in bed, get out of bed and go into the kitchen and fix yourself a snack. Even if it's the middle of the night, and even if you were not hungry despite your fears of gaining weight.
Get your problems away.
You're gonna get fat.
Yeah.
But if you get fat, then you won't be attracted. You won't want to have sex with yourself.
Bingo.
You won't want to flex in the mirror
Yeah,
anymore?
let's lose that sex drive,
Good
everybody.
point. That's a good point.
Oh,
Let's
this
be
one's
healthy and virile.
Wait, why is this number 7? Number 7, never read pornographic material. Avoid the Song of Solomon? What? Never
the
read
so-
about your problem. Keep it out of your mind.
I think this isn't the Song of Solomon either about.
it's a book.
No, I know, but isn't it
Part
about?
of the Bible?
It's a book of the Bible. I thought it's either about not masturbating or about masturbating. It's one of the two, and I can't remember which one it is.
Don't read their version.
Then there's not the whole book, just a section of it.
Solomon, solo
Man. No wonder.
So yeah,
Crack the code.
avoiding porn might have been number 1, but whatever.
It should be number 1.
Number 8, put wholesome thoughts in your minds at all times. Read good books, church books, scriptures, sermons of your pastors. Make a daily habit of reading at least one chapter of scripture. Try and memorize it.
Okay, that's a fun challenge.
Yeah. And then number 9, again, should have been number 1, pray. But when you pray, don't pray about this problem, for it'll tend to keep it in your mind more than ever.
Oh, I see.
Pray for faith, pray for understanding of the scriptures, pray for your pastors, your
So-
friends, your families.
Pray on it, but don't think about it.
Don't think about it.
think about
but
it.
Pray on it, but don't think about
But
Pray
it
on
told
other
you to
stuff.
have friends that have the same problem, so you reinforce each other, which
Yeah,
be
but don't
talking
talk
about it
about
a
it.
lot.
You don't discuss it.
Gotcha.
You just hang out with those people, but you don't talk about it.
okay.
That sounds healthy. All of that sounds really healthy.
Yeah.
And I think people that follow that guide, they'll be okay. Good luck.
Let's see here. As a person understands his hey, come on, reasons for the behavior and is sensitive to the conditions or situations that may trigger desire for the act, he develops the power to control it. Don't think about touching your tallywhacker, 2 exclamation points. Do not imagine how good it feels. Or imagine that some slut is servicing it for you.
Whoa.
Slut.
Wait a minute, hold on. Give me my
Jeez.
wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She touches your tallywhacker, she's a slut.
Jeez.
Think about Christ's temporary suffering on the cross at Calvary.
Wow.
Wait,
I
Calvary.
love that.
That's right.
my favorite.
So
So
I hope
we,
that was our
we-
public service announcement.
That was really
We
good,
solved all the
useful.
problems.
Yeah,
That's great.
nobody will masturbate anymore in our audience. And if you do, tell us. No, wait, don't tell us.
Yeah.
I feel like that'd be.
Tell us if you break the rules and how. Describe it intimately.
No, please don't do that.
We're steering this together, guys.
We're not encouraging you to tell us.
Yeah,
what
We're
you're
in this
masturbating.
together.
You're all of our buddies, and we need to bond together, but not talk about it. But maybe talk about it a little bit. Just talk about it as though you're a piece of toilet paper glinting off the edge of our genitals. Tell us in that way.
Feel
if you
free to
could.
whack it.
And reach out to one another, but no physical contact.
Yes.
Even up for
The
Jesus.
true challenge is learn to masturbate without pornography.
That has never been a challenge for me.
Really?
I don't know.
He did it 3 times during this show.
Yeah.
He's like, and done.
Can't you just play back porn in your head?
Yeah.
Well, hold
Well,
on.
not even porn,
the
like just.
Just imagery?
I like where
Yeah.
you guys are going with this. The true challenge is to do it without watching porn, but then also to not touch yourself. There's that.
Wait.
Like, get yourself to climax.
No
without
touching at all?
Ever
Gotcha.
touching yourself.
That's like what the Dalai Lama does.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, man.
If you guys can do that, then you're not masturbating. You're not breaking the rules.
I don't know,
That's
man.
true.
And
It didn't say any. Yeah, it didn't say anything about.
What about
not
humping
coming?
stuff?
Well, good,
Yeah.
here,
no,
this is
no
the-
touching
fucking a
nothing.
pillow?
You gotta
You
stand
can't-
there like this.
So
Like
I think I've-
like in front of a fan, maybe. So there's a
No,
breeze.
No.
no stimulation whatsoever. Only with your mind.
yeah.
Control it.
That only happens. That only happens like nocturnal emission style.
No, it doesn't. People
Also-
can do it.
Yeah, if you're wearing
People can do it.
if you're wearing 4 pairs of pants and
You're just gonna come in your pants.
come in the middle of the night, you're gonna ruin all of your
I didn't,
clothes.
say I didn't say you couldn't be naked, just not in front of a mirror.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not breaking any of the rules. Bruce is right.
You just
Okay.
stand there and think about it.
Bruce is right.
And eventually you'll get something.
Let me lay some science down on you.
Oh, please do.
Your balls create semen.
Yes.
That's true.
Those things fill up with semen.
Right?
Get rid of the balls. You can't masturbate.
Exactly. Chemical castration, everybody.
Oh, jeez.
Hey, I kind of wish there was some negative reinforcement. So every time you think about something sexy, you just punch yourself in the dick. Just associate that pain with it, and then the Lord will love you. I grew up in the church. I'm
I'm gonna throw this out there.
God invented
If,
masturbation.
if there is a God, he don't give a fuck
Yeah.
if you're jerking it or not.
Because he is to you.
He's busy.
That's always the thing that you know, it's trite, you know, counterculture, whatever the fuck. But there would always be like the prayer for the high school football team, and
yeah.
immediately I was like, how would a deity that created the universe give a fuck about you guys running around and playing a shitty game?
in like a small town.
Yeah.
Well, here's the
And I
best
was
part
like,
is
they're praying too.
yeah. What if, and they're like, well, God just loves us more. He's like, that's not fair.
We play better football.
He's
What?
jerking off right now.
Yeah. Did Terry jerk off? Terry jerked off. That's why we lost.
I was gonna
louder.
say, yeah, if whichever team jerked off the least won the football game every time. That works 100 times out of 100.
Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
The irony is, I want to say it's about a year ago. I actually read a study that post-masturbation, you're actually a better athlete. Like your cardiovascular is
I thought
better.
it
you
was
perform better.
pre-masturbation. You were a better athlete.
That's a wives' tale. Old boxers used to do that, but no.
Okay.
Turns out, just after whacking it,
I mean,
tally whacking it.
I play football the same no matter what. Terrible.
yeah, pretty much the same.
I would jerk off before, after, during, drink some Gatorade. I was always
Want to
bad.
hear something really sad?
Yes.
When I was wrestling, that
No.
I basically lost my sex drive because I was so hungry all the time.
Aw.
I just had a food drive. But if I ever was able to bring myself to jerk off, all I could really think about is how that was still considered cutting weight.
Oh,
okay.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good call.
Do you know how much you lose when you do it?
10 pounds.
10 pounds?
10 pounds.
You
It's
know,
like when the soul leaves the body.
Man, you have a lot of
Where's that?
semen.
Where's that? how
There's a way to actually measure it though. Weigh yourself before and after you jerk off
There you go.
and see how much that was. It's
See-
not going
see
to be
the
a lot.
change.
It'd be great if you lost a pound. That'd be cool.
1 pound.
Well, what you do is you make a Caesar salad, right? Make a Caesar salad, weigh the Caesar salad on a food scale,
Yeah.
then jerk off, and then weigh the Caesar salad again,
And what happens?
and then eat the Caesar salad.
Oh, okay.
With the semen on it?
Protein.
The semen.
Yeah. No one wants to eat semen.
Oh.
I think the best you can hope for
here.
semen is that it's just neutral. Like there's nothing thoroughly offensive in there. That it's I imagine.
Semen?
Yeah.
What?
You say it's not
What do you mean?
offensive?
Well, so
It can be.
Like in terms of flavor and taste?
Your semen
Yeah,
doesn't taste
exactly.
the same every time, Lawrence.
no, I've imagined as much. I don't know. Being a man has a number of gifts. One of which is that there's very little consumption that must go on in regular intercourse.
I saw Elise check her watch earlier.
Yeah, I can't believe we're
don't.
talking about this. I wasn't allowed to talk about Junior.
Junior.
Oh,
Oh, shit.
no, we didn't talk about Junior.
Yeah, at least let's see here. At least
You need a title for the podcast.
It's 4 o'clock.
Nah, that's all right. We started late. We can go for like
Oh,
5 more
great.
minutes.
No, I mean, you guys were going to talk about Taste to Come. So
No.
That was
I
it.
don't-
That's a great segue into Junior.
Yeah, tell us
I
about
agree.
Junior.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, he does not. You think like, okay, well, this man doesn't have a vagina. Okay, he's gonna have to orally, maybe.
We just put up his butt.
Anally.
How is he?
Um,
They're going to give him
Just
a
like
C-section
dogs.
at the end of that movie?
Yeah,
That's how they have to do it.
C-section. Well, the thing is, he was never supposed to carry that baby to term. He was
Yeah.
only supposed to carry it for like 5 months.
As like a
like
prank.
the monkeys.
How did he carry it to term?
Because he said, no, I want to have this baby.
No, hold on. Did he have a uterus?
No, they just
No.
put it in there.
No, yeah.
Where'd they put it?
And
In
stomach.
his stomach, where
So-
babies are made.
Is that a thing that you can do to men?
I only...
Magic.
Have
So
you
I-
seen Junior?
No.
Oh.
We should all watch Junior.
The documentary Junior is amazing.
That's the thing about science, is that it seems like magic at first, but then you watch Junior and then you're like, oh, it makes sense now.
He has, I think he has some kind of embryo inserted in himself. He has an injection into his stomach. There's
Yeah.
a giant needle at one point. It's almost comical, like you would see 2 clowns do running around at a rodeo. He has a giant needle injected into his stomach, and then he has a baby.
But I guess Bruce's question is, inside of women, they have an entire
Oh, it's entire
organ
reproductive
structure
They have a
Yeah.
that's
system.
designed to adapt and change and facilitate the growth.
Absolutely.
Junior's good because it doesn't tackle any of these issues.
Yeah.
Siskel and Ebert gave it 3.5 thumbs up.
How's that possible?
Does he drop the weight afterwards? Does he get back into his fighting weight?
I don't think Arnold Schwarzenegger was at his prime weight. in
Listen,
this
wait.
movie.
Listen, ladies. Just because you gain 50 pounds when you're getting pregnant doesn't mean the baby's gonna weigh 50 pounds.
Yeah, that's
Babies
true.
are generally like, what, 6 pounds, 7 ounces?
Yep, that's
Something
right.
like that?
That's right.
So we'll give you a little 3 or 4 pound wiggle room on either side.
So then that means you got to lose 40 pounds.
You know what burns a lot of calories?
Spitting a baby out.
Yeah. Jacking off.
Oh.
Okay, let's get back there.
It doesn't really.
I mean, you
Well,
guys still have to eat pussy.
So why did you watch
That's not
Junior?
going to taste.
That's all right.
It may taste okay.
Well, you said that
if you clean it,
There was
For once in your
so
fucking
sorry.
life.
you said that there was some sort of
sponge. Fuck.
producer-sponsored essay contest regarding Junior.
Yes. One Sandy Smith, I believe his name is. He was a artist. He created a contest where he wanted to see if people could submit essays that argued as to why Junior is actually the greatest movie ever made.
Yeah.
And he had like 6 prizes that you could possibly win, but he
Still
didn't.
waiting
Copies
on a
of
winner?
Junior.
Well, he didn't get enough entries to cover all the prizes.
Oh, no.
dang it.
But he did have one essay that he hired an academic essay company to write an essay about Junior.
Did you find it, Lawrence?
Which we should do
I
that
did.
too. We should find a company that like writes essays and then have them write an essay as to like why Gods of Egypt is like a
That's a
great
great
movie.
idea.
I mean, we don't need
And then
to
read-
hire
and
someone.
then, like,
James could write that essay.
present
Proof's
our-
right there. You just watch the
Dictated, not
movie.
read.
But it would be really interesting, or for us to write like an essay as to why No Man's Sky was actually like
Right.
a great.
Sean Murray keeps tweeting about how it was a failure.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, did you see that?
Yeah, I read that
That's so
article.
sad. Oh, Lawrence, I have great, exciting gaming news.
Sounds like from Japan. I have great, exciting gaming.
Given news. You see Shadow of the Tomb Raider title finally like
Yeah.
leaked.
That's cool.
That's why I love those
Some dude was
games.
checking his phone on the train or something.
Yeah.
What?
So here, okay, Junior,
Anyway.
a monument in filmmaking history. It's the title of an essay commissioned by the artist from an academic essay writing company. May 2007, the essay was to prove that Junior is the best film ever made and reference various philosophers and thinkers such as Roland Barthes, Jean Brouillard, Michael Foucault, Sigmund Freud, and Marc Augé. I slaughtered those names, I'm sorry, amongst others.
got
The
it.
essay itself is available to download from a website Smith set up specifically to host this project, www.juniorbestfilmever.com. It's not there anymore.
So the home page
This
isn't
is
there,
now
but the
Junior
other
Best
pages
Film
are
Ever.
there.
So it's
Oh man.
So go type in like /about
oh.
and see what you come to.
So this was in Japanese, by the way. So let me.
no, so add like /about to
the URL.
To the URL. It's,
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what this is.
It's
but I will.
Seems pretty
do
obvious.
that. I think it appears to be some sort of diet aid called
Junior.
umabashi.
Yeah.
It blocks the absorption of fat. There's a lot of kind.
All right.
Have a relaxing effect.
Type it in. I want
just
to
try.
see.
Let's see if that
All right,
works.
all right.
There's no way. Slash about.
Slash about.
Whoops, that's a dot. W3snoop.com.
Oh, maybe go
Oh,
to
there's-
donate. Go to
there's
donate, and
contact.
then we'll get the menu for everything else.
Oh, .info. That's why.
There we
There
are.
we go.
Oh, that's
So the homepage no longer works.
JuniorBestFilmEver.info works.
But if you
Make
go
a
to
donation. Hit that.
head to essays or like about.
Let's see.
Dude, you could win $1,200.
Oh, okay. Oh, is it here? Oh.
Look at that.
Oh.
Read the essay.
Yeah, just read it in line here.
Okay.
As you
All
can
right.
see.
That's the poster.
Author unknown.
It's a commission concept replay.
I want to win the prize. Just don't tell anyone who I am.
It's a pretty long essay though.
Well, it's an essay.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Well, yeah, but you know, there's
We're excited.
Referencing Freud and stuff. Wow.
Man.
Just goes to show that everything that you like doesn't matter because anyone can curveball anything.
It's all subjective. Wait, read the thesis. Can you read the beginning?
Oh, sure. All right. The aim of this essay is to establish that Junior is a direct comment on society, specifically surrounding issues of parenthood and genetic innovation in the mid-1990s. As director and CEO of the American Film Institute, John Picker states, film is an intensely personal experience, and therefore it is difficult to state specifically if Junior can be termed as a quote-unquote good film. Instead, the brief will attempt to establish if Junior fulfills the key criteria that critics often use to determine the successful nature of a film, namely plot, character, choice of actors, and visual appeal. In an attempt to establish this, semiotic principles of Barth's signs and signifiers will be employed within the work. This brief will also address Sartre's basic views on existentialism.
So the guy was like, all right, I got a liberal arts degree.
Yeah, exactly.
What do I do with this? I will write an essay.
Did you guys know that Junior is also part of a spiritual trilogy consisting of twins. Kindergarten. Oh, see, Bruce knows.
Well, only because of Danny DeVito. So twins. I didn't know
Like
Kindergarten Cop.
Is Danny DeVito in Kindergarten?
Is it the
Ivan Reitman.
Reitman.
He
Rest in
directed
peace.
all three.
Oh.
And he always considered them that because they dealt with like childhood in a sense.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can tell you anything you need to know about Junior.
Still want to know about .com. Man.
Oh, I see. This is Junior Best Film Ever.
nailed it? Yeah.
Never.
That's why it's about food.
Oh, is it about tea? Fuck.
I don't know,
Umabashi
man.
is because it can be put to willingly hand by taking advantage of the mail order. People who likes umabashi is you may try to take advantage.
Okay.
In addition, there are various types. It is important that you choose is based on the respective reviews. In addition, there is a way that if once
This is falling
access...
asleep.
The podcast is
Falling
just
asleep.
Lawrence reading.
Yeah,
this is falling
basically.
asleep.
Okay.
Good stuff. Save
Are you
that webpage.
entertained?
Are you trying to
Whoops.
save this?
Save
page?
that webpage.
Yeah, for later.
I was going for
You
control.
want on a
but
flight
yeah,
later?
we'll just save on
Read
that
this
one.
anytime.
Gotta read it.
Put
Every
it
now and
on the
then.
computer, take up space.
The way you read that, it reminded me of the I think it was like a Japanese like Swedish knife thing. Like so it's like
yeah.
they're trying really
Yeah,
hard to
yeah.
sound
They were trying to sound English.
yeah, like,
Yeah.
Like they were
so
saying
you
it all-
take the knife and you use it to cut the tomato.
They were saying it phonetically, basically.
Yeah, I was like, it sounds like a weird robot trying to sound
Very
human.
good.
No, it's not
Tomato
even that.
cut.
It's just very good. They're like, it broke.
Well,
Pretty
thanks
amazing.
for listening to Dude Soup.
Oh, that's
this
the
week,
end?
everybody.
That's
Go
the
out
end
on
of
a
the
high
podcast.
note.
No, that was the saddest note.
Aw,
Oh, he didn't
come
get his
on.
Titan.
No, he was about to get his Titan buddy.
I know.
System error.
Now he has to go to war.
If you're watching live, stay tuned for the post show. If you're not watching live, maybe check that out. It is for first members only, but it's pretty cool. We're gonna give people more life advice. I imagine we'll have a lot of. We got to guard the kids from masturbation this week. That's our goal. We're gonna keep doing that.
Lawrence
So
just wants it all for himself.
it's all mine. Give me all. Nope, I'm not gonna say that.
Oh boy.
But
I love all the To Catch a Predator artwork of Lawrence coming out of the woodwork.
Yeah.
Did you see the
Right.
image of
guy with
the
the rooster
Rooster
teeth?
teeth.
Yeah.
That's
Rooster
pretty
Teeth fans
great.
are the sexiest. It's true.
We did
So
it.
stay tuned, everybody. And yeah, check out that post show. And final word of thanks from all of us. Thank you for joining us every week, and we hope to hear from you again next week.
By BT.
Arigato.
I think the idea is, and this is a lot of theory crafting, of course, but I think the idea is Nintendo wants to put touch games on there as a crutch. Like, you love Candy Crush, this thing can run Candy Crush.
Yeah.
But please, for the love of God, try Zelda.
I mean, at that point, it's just a NVIDIA Shield tablet, which nobody bought and I own and I hate, but I use begrudgingly. I've never